Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Newcastle United. It is the final games of the Premier League season. It's not the final games of our season though, because we have managed to get to the Europa League 2 final to play against Belenenses. Maybe, I think that's how it's pronounced. We beat Copenhagen 3-1 in the second leg, so if we have a very quick look here, there you go, Eduardo Romero, Cesar Girardini and Joe Willock with the goals. We also won in the first leg 1-0, Jabari Stanford. In the last episode, we lost to Manchester United, but then beat Aston Villa 5-0, which means, as you all know, we are currently sat top of the table. Exactly joint top of the table. They're only ahead of us because they've scored twice against us. We've only scored once against them. That is the only reason. No, they've scored... Hold on. We've scored twice against them as well. Are they ahead of us on alphabetical order? League sorting rules, goal difference, it is the same. Goals scored, it is the same. Results between teams, it is the same. We are in second place on alphabetical order. You are actually having a laugh. Everything is the same. Everything is exactly the same. We've both scored 78, we've both let in 25, we've both got 85 points, we've both won 27, drawn 4 and lost 5. We are second place on alphabetical order. No, they can't end like that. We are back a day early though for the Huddersfield game, which is tomorrow, because this is a title decider. Manchester City versus Manchester United. We need City, realistically, to maybe get a point. A point is probably not enough, but it will certainly help. 3 points for Man City will mean the ball is 100% in our court. Let's go, let's click this continue button. Let's see what happens. Come on. What's happened? I'm just clicking continue. No, stop giving me news. Okay, Arsenal have played. No, I don't care about Arsenal anymore. It was a 1-1 draw. Pezziardi, you're a hero. You're an actual hero. Right, that means we can go back top of the table if we can beat Huddersfield, and then we are in driving seat, that's right, the driving seat, pole position for the final game of the season. Right, we need to go forward, we need to play Huddersfield, we need to beat Huddersfield, and then we go top of the table once again. Huddersfield and Newcastle are draw specialists, apparently. We've played them, 9 times across all 10 seasons, and there has been 6 draws. We've only beaten them twice, they've beaten us once. If we can get the 3 points, I don't want to sound too arrogant, but we're winning the league. If we win this game, we're winning the league, because we then have to play Reading, who are currently bottom of the table, with 11 points. They've only got 11 points. So we have to beat Huddersfield. The starting lineup then will be Adonam in goal, Delati, Flo, Andre and Restrepo as that back four, Charles Cesar, Bill Melbourne and Christ Chole in the middle. Edson returns to the starting 11 for the first time since he broke his ankle way back in January, I think it was. Girardini will be the left-sided winger. Jabari Stanford is going to be the striker. As I mentioned in the last episode as well, Marlon Charles, he is out 4 to 8 days, so he might be back just in time for the final game of the season. He might be back. We're not quite sure on that one. I'm not expecting him to be back, so expect this to be our front three until the end of the season. I'm so glad that we are playing on a different day to Manchester United. If we were playing on the same day, I would hate this, because even if we won, I'd be so nervous about what happened elsewhere. United, no, my luck, would have won 7-0. We would have won 6, but they would have won 7, so their goal difference would have been slightly more than ours. 4 minutes on the clock, and Huddersfield are down to 10 men. Yannick Salles with a straight red card. Good job. That might make it harder for us. 10.5 minutes, Benitez's throw. Pourmand, back to Benitez, back to Pourmand. Huddersfield with the ball, deep in our half. Edson steals it away. Now, Jabari Stanford. Come on, buddy. £136 million worth of English footballer, runs towards goal, goes for goal, easy save for Kasper Dahlberg. It's not Kasper, who's Kasper Dahlberg? Just one goal will put us top of the table. That's all we need. We can grind out a result. We've done it plenty of times this season. We've beaten teams like Leeds 1-0 where we really weren't good enough. If we can do the same against Huddersfield, that is all we need. 10 minutes left of the first half. We have a free kick. I think it's Christ Chole stepping up to take it. Curling effort is wide of the post. Christ Chole has not scored a league goal all season. I don't know how he's managed to do that, but he's not got one all season yet. Half time, it's 0-0. It's 0-0. This is not good. This is definitely not good. It is 0-0. Look at the 6.5 for Gerardini on that wing. A 6.5 as well for Melbourne and for Charles Cesar. Oh, I'm not going to do any changes just yet, but we do need to think about something. Corner for Chole. 10 minutes in towards the front post. Edson is there. It's over the bar. This has got 0-0 written all over it. This has 0-0 written all over it. I was about to do a sub. Restrepo's throw. Gerardini back to the Colombian. He's played it all the way back to Charles Cesar. Bill Melbourne waffles it. Goes for goal. Into the back of the net. Bill Melbourne pumping his fists. That goal puts us top of the Premier League. We are top of the Premier League. We've got under 40 minutes to play. Under 30 minutes to play even. We are top of the Premier League once again. And I'm so glad it was Bill Melbourne. A player who last season got relegated with Swansea might win the Premier League just 1 year later. We've got a free kick. Chole takes it. Stanford is there. The ball is in the back of the net. It is 2-0 against Huddersfield. We're going to be champions of England. This is the biggest match. The Man United one was irrelevant now. This is the biggest match. We have to win this one and then the Reading one. But this one we have to win. Final 20 minutes. I'm going to do a change. Restrepo's going to come off. And the only reason for this is because Restrepo constantly needs a rest. So now we're winning, I'm going to do that. Edson also going to come off for the bad boy Bobby Mills. Going to swap you two over. Edson obviously being out injured for so long. Can't really play a full 90 minutes yet. 10 minutes left to go. As long as we win, I don't care. Andre with a throw. Chole collects it back to Andre, the former central defender. Charlesworth tackles. Andre keeps hold of it. Still keeps hold of it. Crosses in. Doesn't find anyone. Charles Cesar now. Plays it across to Bill Melbourne. Dinks it over. Andre on the left. 3 in the box. 4, 5 in the box. Finds Jabari Stanford. His effort takes a deflection. We win ourselves a corner. 6 minutes left to play. Chole steps up. If we can make it 3, that would be superb. Valiente goes for goal. And Dalberg's effort? Dalberg saves it. I don't know why I brought on Valiente. Probably should have brought on Zelaya. Doesn't really matter, does it? We've got just a minute left to play. The full-time whistle goes. There it is. We battered Huddersfield. We scored enough goals to give us the 3 points. We are back on top of the table with 1 game left to play. 1 game left to crown us champions of England. I am genuinely so nervous. This is worse than the Carabao Cup final, the Europa League final, even back when we were in the Championship trying to get promoted there. This is big. I don't think I've won the Premier League on a Football Manager game properly for a while. For probably 3 years. Calmly, well done. Let's not go over the top yet. That's for the next match when we beat Reading. There is confirmation. 2 points clear. 2 goals in the positive as well. So we are definitely currently top of the table. Manchester United's final game of the season is up against... Who is it up against? I can't remember. It is Norwich. 11th place Norwich. Then they've got the Champions League final. Nobody cares about the Champions League, Manchester United. Norwich on Sunday the 13th of May. We will be playing Reading on Sunday the 13th of May. We're going to go forward and we're going to win the Premier League. We've got 1 day to go until the Reading game. Now, Neil Wood has said that we should hold a team meeting. I am not doing this. I refuse to do this. The amount of times I've played this game and they've said, hold a team meeting. Let's rally the troops up. We were not expected to win the league. So if I turn around in there and say, all we need is a win, they're going to turn around and go, yeah, but we've already overperformed, so it doesn't matter, does it? No. So I'm not even going to bother walking into that room and giving that team their final team meeting. We're just going to play football and batter Reading 7-0 and win the league that way. Not only is it Reading, it is a Reading team who have never beaten us. We've played 5 times, we've beaten them 3, 2 draws. It is a Reading team that have only won twice all season against Brighton and Leicester. 5 draws as well to their name, 30 defeats. I don't know how many goals they've conceded, but it looks like a lot because it's minus 58 goal difference. We have to, it should just be a walk in the park, this one. I'm going to try and treat it like it's any other game. We're going full strength, we're going to try and win, and then just hope that Manchester United also don't win. I guess even if they win, it doesn't matter. We just need to do our job. That's all we need to do. In the words of the great philosopher Nigel Adkins, control the controllables. The starting 11 that we're going to go for then, we are sticking with the same one that we went for against Huddersfield. In goal will be Adenam, Delati and Restrepo will be the fullbacks. Andre and Flo in the middle. Charles Cesar, Bill Melbourne and Christ Chole in the middle of the pitch. Edson, Gerardini and Jabari Stanford will be the strikers. I was just about to say something really stupid then. I don't know if Reading are any good. They're not. They're bottom of the table. They're not good. They're definitely not good. I probably should have taken that team talk myself, but it doesn't matter. Let's go. Let's beat Reading. We're at home as well. Of all the places to be to win the title, at St James's Park. 10 minutes in, no highlights, which I don't know, is this a good thing or a bad thing? 14 minutes in, now we do have a highlight. Delati to Jabari Stanford. Back to the Italian Yuri Delati. He's got a couple of players, has to go back instead. Charles Cesar, Bill Melbourne, Chole forward, Edson into the area. He's been out for so long with a broken ankle. What a way that would be to end the season for him to get the goal that wins us the title. Well, nothing is happening in this first half of football for us. Manchester United are losing. Christ Chole's got a free kick. He goes for goal. Of course it's wide. He can't score goals in the Premier League. We are winning the league if everything stays this way. United are losing to Norwich. There's a minute and a half of normal time in the first half. Stanford back to Cesar. Delati, Charles Cesar again. In the middle to Bill Melbourne. Find Delati on the right. Heads down to Edson. He's got two in the box if he can find any one of them. Gerard Deeney is there. His headed effort hits the top of the bar and goes over. United are losing. They're actually losing to Norwich. Who are you? You could be my favourite footballer. You're real as well. Ruben Ferreira. I mean, you're good. You're good. You're certainly no Crepin Diatta, but you're good at football. Half time, I'm going to turn around to them and assertively say I'm far from pleased. I mean, it's Reading. It's a team bottom of the table. They've won twice and drawn 5 all season. They've not had a single shot in this game. 10 minutes into the second half, Delati finds Stanford. Back to Delati. That's a good bit of football there. Charles Cesar now. Bill Melbourne. Cesar again. Delati on the right. He's got two in the middle if he can find any one of them. Stops instead. Gets tackled. Keeps hold of the ball though. Finds Edson in the area. He's got some space. Plays it across to Gerard Deeney. Back to Bill Melbourne. And Bill bloody Melbourne scored 2 and 2. We are 1-0 up against Reading. And that has to be it. That actually has to be it. Reading don't score goals. Reading don't score goals. We score goals. We're 1-0 up. We've got 40 minutes to play, 35 minutes to play, however many minutes. I don't know how many minutes are in a football match. It doesn't matter at this point. We're winning. And Manchester United are still losing to Norwich. This is ridiculous. We're actually going to win the Premier League in the 10th season, the final season. We've got 20 minutes to play. Let's do some subs. So I've brought off Edson for the bad boy Bobby Mills. Stanford's gone to right wing. Bobby Mills on the left, Gerard Deeney will move into that striker position. Do we do anything else? Zelaya might need to come on. We're going to do that as well. Zelaya's going to come on for Andre because Zelaya's deserved to play in this final game of the season. He needs to celebrate with the team. Throw for Reading just after the substitutions have taken place. If Zelaya costs us a goal here, I'm not going to be happy. Jovic gets tackled by Delati. Now Christ Chole with the ball, who wants a new contract after the season is out, so we'll probably get one. Go on, Bobby Mills. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Bobby Mills goes for goal. It's a wonderful slide tackle from the defender. Win ourselves our corner with about 15 minutes of normal time to play. Zelaya, the central defender, goes over to take it. Flo is there, but the 6'6" Slovenian can't get his header on target. Reading have had 0 shots so far. Jovic goes for goal. Delati heads the ball clear. Diogo now with it just outside the area. Restrepo steals it away. Now the bad boy Bobby Mills runs down that left-hand side. He's coming inside, actually gets tackled from Rinham Hotter, possibly. I think he's there in real life, isn't he? Restrepo with it. Plays it back to the Paraguayan Zelaya. Restrepo, again, the two South Americans combining. And again, still combining. Doing it again? No. Playing it to Flo, the Slovenian. He can play it forward to Bill Melbourne, the only goal scorer so far of the game. Stanford now using his pace back to Chole. Delati's got lots of space on that right-hand side. The Bobby Mills, the bad boy Bobby Mills, keeps it in play. Restrepo with some space, crosses in. Stanford is there. He's hit the underside of the bar. It's going to be a corner, I think. Zelaya has gone over to take it. Bobby Mills is there, and the bad boy Bobby Mills has made it 2-0. Yes, Bobby Mills. I can't believe it was Bobby Mills to score in the final game of the season. Not going to lie, Bobby Mills has been one of those characters of this save. He made his debut in the Carabao Cup final getting sent off instantly. And now in the final season, he and Bill Melbourne have scored goals to win us the title. Manchester United is still losing, so it doesn't really matter what happens here. Zelaya with another corner, not the best corner, header clear. Rinham Hotter collects it for Reading. He's going to run down that right-hand side with loads and loads of space to run into. Now, bad pass. Gerard Deeney steals it away. He's going to run forward. He's on the lookout for the golden boot if he can get a goal here. Into the area, goes for goal. It's a great block from the defender. Reading can clear their lines, although, is it coming straight back? Bill Melbourne. Now Stanford back to Melbourne. Delati on that right-hand side. He's got a few options in the middle. Tries to get past Matt Targett but can't manage it. Highlight is still carrying on. Jovic chests down. Gets past his man. Keeps going. Does Alexander Jovic. Keeps going into the penalty area. Goes for goal. That is Reading's first shot of the game. And it was awful. 4 minutes of injury time. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to do Girardini off for Romero. I know Girardini could win himself the golden boot, but I think it's too little too late, isn't it? We've got 4 minutes. Rivera with the goal kick to Matt Targett. I assume that's Matt Targett. Long ball upfield. Flo wins the header. Unchallenged. Bill Melbourne now, who's kicked off the goals against Reading. Down that right-hand side. Plays it to Delati, the Italian. 2 in the box. 3 in the box. Even Melbourne also in there now. Crosses in. Romero's there. And Eduardo Romero gets his 20th goal of the season. 3-0 against Reading. We are not only champions of the Premier League, we are doing it in style. 10 years. 10 years in this save. 10 years for that moment. That moment right there, celebrating winning the Premier League with Newcastle United. I need to be a club legend. I need to be a club legend. We can win the treble this season. We've still got another trophy to go for. We still have the Europa League 2, the biggest tournament in England. England? Europe. The biggest tournament in Europe is Europa League 2. It's a very unique tournament. Not many teams have won it. Partially because it's only existed for about 4 years in this save. We're going to be one of those teams. Aggressively... No, let's not do that. Passionately. Passionately, congratulations, lads. No, we need a... Well done. I want something like ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Assertively, congratulations, lads. I'm happy with your performance. Calmly. No. Fine, we're going passionately. Congratulations. There you go. We'll go with that one. Everyone's happy. Good. It didn't matter what happened elsewhere for Norwich and Manchester United. Norwich did help us out in the end, but it did not matter. Bill Melbourne, Bobby Mills, Eduardo Romero, the 3 goals that we needed for the final game of the season to be crowned champions of England. And like I've said, it's not over yet. We've got one more episode to go, which is going to be the Europa League 2 final, and we're actually going to show that on camera. Newcastle lift Premier Division on final day. It's the final day, the final match of the save, ignoring the Europa League 2 final. The final match of the save, we win the Premier League. This ridiculous. If I was writing this as a story, this is how it would end. And I think it is only fitting that we are going to end at the end of Season 10. The board are delighted with the fact that we have already reached our target 3 years ahead of schedule of winning the Premier League. That is good. They want us to challenge. We've already done that as well because we won the damn thing. Newcastle celebrate success. We were 6-1 to win the Premier League. 6-1. That's actually not bad, is it? Newcastle manager pleases board with Premier Division win. Why are we on there? Why are we on there twice? We definitely haven't won it twice. We won it once and finished 3rd. Sure, definitely, yeah, we've won it twice. So who picks up medals then? Who actually gets some medals? I feel bad because there are some players who probably should be on this list but didn't play enough football. So Adnan played pretty much every game bar 1. 37 games for Adnan, 35 for Charles Cesar, 34 and a bit for Andre as well. Bill Melbourne as well, up there with 33. Jabari Stanford, most of them were for Southampton. Chola with 32 as well. I mean, look at the amount of goals we scored. 4 players getting in double figures for the goals. Well, that is going to do it then for this episode, but not this season, as I've already mentioned. We do still have one more game to play, and what we're going to do next episode, we will do the final match of the save against Belenenses, maybe. Is that how it said? No idea. Against Belenenses, that's what we're going to go for. At Villa Park, apparently, because we're staying in England, so that's a thing. And we're also going to have the end of season awards, and then I'm going to look at doing another episode afterwards to kind of do a bit of a review of the entire save, probably ignoring the Everton bit a little bit, because that really didn't work out so well. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Newcastle United. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with the Europa League 2 final, and I will see you in the next episode.